Hi class! This week we're learning more about animals, and we are going to study animal life cycles. For your project this week, you are going to make a poster of an animal life cycle. There are two ways to make your poster, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first, you have to pick an animal to study. You can study whichever animal you'd like. I used Epic, which is a free online library that you can get access to. If your parents have questions for me about that, they can ask. But Epic is free for all of our students and they can use it. What I did is I went on Epic and in the search place, I typed in life cycle because I wanted some books about life cycles. And I see there are lots of different books about life cycles. I could click on more and even see more. I saw this one and I thought, ooh, we learned about the life cycle of salmon in that video. You might not have watched it yet, but you will learn about the life cycle of salmon in a video this week. And I thought, that's what I want to learn more about. So I clicked on it. When you're going to do a project, it's always good to do research first. That means you go learn about things and study about them before you start the project. I read this book. I'm not going to read it to you now, but I'll flip through the pictures and show you a little bit. It taught me about the life cycle of salmon. So I read it, I looked at the pictures, and then I started my project. But I wanted to learn more before I got too far into my project, so I went to another online library. You do not have to use Epic, and you do not have to use this Utah's Online Library. But you can. You could also use the city libraries, the county libraries, or you could use just books you have at home or other places to search online. These are just two good, safe places to look for information. So when I went to Utah's Online Library, I signed in and I went to this one, Gale and Context Elementary School. It's my favorite. Let me show you what I did. I saw animals. It was the very first one. That made it easy. So I clicked on animals because that's what I wanted to learn about. I knew I could type up here the word salmon, which you can do. You can type in a search word if you know what animal you want to look at. But maybe you're not sure yet, so you want to look around. Instead of typing salmon this time, I'm just going to go to fish. Again, I could type in here if I knew what fish I wanted. But even though I do know what fish I want, I did see that there was a link here for salmon. So I went here and I read more about salmon. There was lots to read. There were pictures to see, and it told me about different, a whole section about the life cycle. So I was able to read that and learn about salmon. I'm going to go back one page. Instead of clicking on read more, keep reading, I'm going to scroll down. See how there's a lot of articles? And remember the 2 means it's a little bit harder. 1 is the easiest to read, 2 is a little bit harder, 3 is harder than that, 4 is harder, and so on. So if you want some of the easier ones to read, you can find 1s and 2s. Those are the best. And there are some pictures. So I did my research, and then I started to make my poster. Let me show you. Does this let me make this nice and big? Let me show you now that my video is just a little bit bigger. I went and I got a poster board. You can do your poster on a regular small sheet of paper. That's fine. I wanted to do mine on this big sheet of paper because I can. And I got out some colors. I used markers, but you can use anything, crayons, colored pencils. And I started to draw pictures. I looked at the pictures in the book to help me. And I drew a picture of the eggs because that's how it starts. And I drew an arrow and cut that out. You don't have to draw the arrow and cut it out. You could just draw an arrow on your poster board. That would work too. Then I drew this one. It's the alevin. And alevin's like a baby fish. It doesn't eat yet. It uses the egg sac that's still connected to it, to the yolk, to get its nutrients. Alevin. Then another arrow. Each time I drew something though, I looked at the pictures in the books I was reading online. Then I have a fry fish. kind of more brown in color. They're small. Fries are like a small, tiny baby fish. So the Alvin's like the newborn, and this is like a baby. Oh, I need another arrow. The salmon has a lot of stages. It has 5 stages to its life cycle. Your animal you pick might not have as many stages. It might only have like 2 or 3 or 4. Probably has 3. 3 or 4, but maybe has more. Then here's the smolt, which is a little bit bigger, a little more gray. I'll leave an arrow here. And then the adult salmon, which starts to turn pink, and his nose kind of changes. The tip of his face changes. So there we go. Those are all of my things to make poster. So I drew mine. You have a couple choices. You can print out pictures, or you can print out like pictures to color in, or you could just draw them from what you see. I'm gonna move this poster so you can see a little better. That's what I did to make my poster. So that's my life cycle poster, and I might want to put a title on it and write, maybe in some marker over here, Life Cycle of Salmon. Oh, you couldn't see where I was pointing. Life Cycle of Salmon, or maybe down on the bottom. You can put your title anywhere you'd like. I have one more way though. If you don't want to do a poster like this, you can do posters on the computer. I like to use Google Slides. So if you would like to use Google Slides, keep watching the video. If that's not interesting to you, you don't have to. But if you use Google Slides, you can come here and you click on Insert. Insert. You go down to diagrams. See how there's all those buttons that's like a dot with some extra dots? It's saying we're going to make a diagram. And here on diagrams, they have a whole set of diagrams that are cycles. When you click there, you tell them how many steps you need. I needed 5 steps because there are 5 steps, remember, in my salmon life cycle. But maybe you just need 4 or 3. Those are the only options, though. They don't let you do 6 or 7. So if you have one that's more than that, it's a little trickier on here. And then I looked here and I got to pick which one I wanted to use. I wanted to use this one. I could change the color if I want to. So if I wanted it in pink or in green or in blue. But I left it at this kind of greenish blue. And then when you open it, it has weird words in here. You can actually just delete all the words and type in your own words. I don't think you want to sit here and watch me type in all the words, do you? Probably not. So I got started before you came. And I typed in egg, Alvin, fry, smolt, and adult salmon. And then I wanted to add pictures to it. So I put insert, image, search the web. Now this isn't always a safe search place, so always make sure you have your grown-up with you when you're searching for images. I searched and I typed in salmon eggs, salmon Alvin, salmon fry, salmon smolt, and now I typed in salmon adult. And here we go. And here are some pictures of salmon adults. Here's a good one. I will pull that one over. It's too big, so I'll make it smaller. And fit it right on my page. Oh, I want it this big. There you go. So here is my life cycle of the salmon. And I can see all the pictures. You can, I kind of want it right there. There we go. You can make your own picture or your own poster. You can make a digital poster like this one right here, or you can make a real physical poster over here like this one. You do not have to do both, just one. You can make a poster of any animal or you would like. There are also life cycles of plants, and if that's more interesting to you, I'm okay with that too. You pick any plant, any animal, and make a life cycle poster. I hope to see it. I can't wait. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, class.